if I'm being honest, but that one's a sad looking mess. The more I look at these steaks, the more unhappy I'm getting. This isn't gonna take long. And 95. But it's not about what they look like. It's truly all about what they taste like. So, it's a little tough. I love March Madness. There's nothing like competitive basketball in March. Games going right down to the buzzer. I mean, that's what it's all about when it comes to sports. However, we have to eat too, and simply having a TV outside doesn't allow you to do both cooking and watch the game. You can hear it, but you're not really paying attention when you're cooking. You're trying to, pay attention to the cooking, make sure your food comes out right. Or maybe the game is real good and it takes your attention off the food and you destroy the food. But I got that problem solved, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it. We're gonna cook up some amazing steaks, and we're gonna do it while paying attention to the game. That way you can enjoy great food, maybe a great beer, and a great game. I recently discovered a new company for me, new to me, called Meat and Bone. And it's a mail order meat delivery company. And I had great success with their picanha, their Wagyu picanha. And in that same order, I also ordered some Bison New York strips. Now, if you've never had bison and you like steak, you got to try bison. It's just a leaner cut of meat, which makes it better for you. We all know that fat is flavor, so that means that we need to prep these guys really well. And I'm going to cook these guys in a way that's going to let me watch the game as well as eat some amazing steak. So let's get these guys prepped. We're going to keep it very simple because we're going to keep it very quick. And I'm going to show you my secret for having some amazing steaks while watching the game. I do want to point out this edge of the steak is good, but it tapers down. Now, if I'm being honest, I like my steaks a little thicker and a little bigger than this, especially for a strip style steak. We don't know anything until we try them, so let's give them a shot, a fair shot, and we'll see how it goes. But we're starting off with a bit of a size issue I'm not real happy about, but I'm not going to rule them out, but we'll see how it goes. Well, I'd be lying to you if I said I was excited by the way they look. I mean, that one looks okay, but that one's a sad looking mess. And for the record, I paid for these. Even when someone sends something for free, I'm always going to give you the straight and skinny of what I believe, but I would never let that leave my company as a representation. I'm going to hit them with a little canola oil, just a little spray. And we're going to use a little Killer Hogs brisket rub. This is great stuff on anything beef. The more I look at these steaks, the more unhappy I'm getting. Give them a little pat without destroying them. Meat and Bone, we can do better than this, guys. That picanha was amazing, but this is not good. That's that. Now let's go ahead and get the grill up to temperature, and I'm going to reveal to you my secret on saving a bunch of time while getting amazing steak flavor. We just lost about half the audience because we're using a gas grill, but don't turn away if you haven't already. When you put a cast iron pan on the gas grill, you're just using the heat. And if you don't have a grill like this, they have smoke tubes and all kinds of different things, but you can put wood chips in it. So that way you get that wood smoke going across it while it's smoking or cooking, as well as the control and efficiency and quickness of using a gas grill. But the cast iron is where all the magic happens. So let's get an amazing sear on these steaks with the cast iron pan on the Weber. Say what you want about a gas grill, but if you have a Weber gas grill, I mean, this thing's bulletproof. I've had this thing for almost 8 years, over 8 years, and not done anything to it as far as repairs or anything. Just clean it regularly and that's about it. Now I'm gonna turn 4 burners on, and they're on the center section, the sear station. That way we can concentrate that heat right under the cast iron pan and have a little bit of radiant heat. But I'm also going to turn this far burner on. However, I'm not going to turn it on until right before we put the steaks on, because it's a smoker box. And inside, you can put wood chips or pellets or whatever you want, and it'll produce some real good smoke that you can get that flavor onto your steaks. 8 years old, and this is the only signs of age. And this isn't like peeling off. It's almost like it's like warped or bubbled or something. But I can't complain. I mean, it has no cover, never has had a cover on it because of the way that it's put into this island, this kitchen island. And that's the only real, you know, signs of wear. Let's go ahead and put our cast iron pan on, right in the middle. And we're gonna use a little avocado oil, just a tablespoon and a half or so. Swirl that around. If you're interested in grabbing one of these, we have them pretty cheap over on our website, delmarvabackyard.com. Go check it out. We also have some shirts and stuff on there. So if you're looking for any Delmarva Backyard merch, we've got some of it available for you. We're gonna do some more coming up soon. Let me know if you'd be interested in some hats and stuff like that. All right, our gauge is almost to 500. I usually like to cook steak around 550. I don't trust those gauges, especially on a grill this old. So if you don't have one of these thermoguns here, I would definitely, you know, infrared thermometer or whatever you want to call them, would definitely recommend getting one. They don't cost that much money and they give you an exact temperature. We're at 400 degrees at the cooking surface, and that's what really matters. Cast iron, the trick with cast iron is it retains heat. So once you get it to the temperature that you want, they don't have those fluctuations. So once you get it there, you're pretty solid. And we're going to use some hickory chips in here. Doesn't take many. All right, so temps are about where we want them. Now we're just waiting for that smoke to fire off. And we'll go ahead and put these bison strip steaks in that cast iron pan. Looking for that sizzle. Whoa. Oh yeah. This isn't going to take long. About 2 minutes in. Oh yeah. And just top them with a little butter. I'm gonna turn that burner off. Let them marinate in there with the smoke. All right, let's check temps. This one's much further along than that one. That one's about 80. This one's about 1. This one's almost done. I just want to make sure. I don't want to cut into it later and be surprised. See it? 119, 120, and 95. So as soon as this one hits 120, I'll take it off, and then I'm going to let them sit both on the cutting board for about 15 minutes, just to let them rest. Not doing any sexy B-roll for this. They don't look very good at all. But I will say, I went back and looked, and I paid $19 a piece. They're 7 to 9 ounce steaks, but they're just, I don't know. But it's not about what they look like. It's truly all about what they taste like. So let's give them a... $20 steaks, bison, and they don't look the best. But I did cook them to a perfect medium rare. Yanked them off right about 125, let them sit for 15 minutes, and they're incredibly juicy. But The most important thing is how does it taste? Wonderful flavor. That rub really is perfect with any beef. Got some gristle. It's a little tough, and where that gristle is, this is pretty tough, but everything else is very tender. It's one of those where you get served a crappy steak at the restaurant and you can't chew it because it's going to take like 25 minutes just to chew the one bite. So you pull your napkin up and spit it out in your napkin. And it's got some of that in there. Let's try this one. The tender parts are just amazing. Very lean, but delicious. There's some gristle in this one as well. Not as much. I'm done, and the game's not even back from halftime yet, so it works perfectly. Not every cook is a blockbuster, B-roll, phenomenal cook. Sometimes you just don't know, and when you work with a new company like that, sometimes it even looks good, but it ends up not being good. You never know. Now, if I hadn't bought that picanha from Meat and Bone, I wouldn't be buying anything else from them. And Meat and Bone, if you're listening, that's just the cold hard facts. Those steaks, I wouldn't let them leave my doors if it were my company. Those steaks. The Wagyu picanha that I ordered in the same order was absolutely stunning. I mean, just perfect, great deal. And I had no complaints about that. In fact, I got a video about it. Go check it out. These guys, I like the flavor of the parts that are tender, but there's a lot of gristle. I don't like to have to spit out steak, you know? I don't know, maybe it's just me. However, my belly's full and the game is on. Beer's almost gone though, so I'm gonna have to fix that here in a minute. But make sure you check out Delmarva Backyard Cups, guys. Pretty awesome cups. We have them that have the white border, but we also have the ones that are just the logo, so they're pretty cool. I wanna thank you guys for joining me. It means a lot to me that you guys spend some time with me and help support the channel. You know, gas grills are great for their purpose, and today that purpose is to cook great steak while not missing any of the game. Cast iron is the perfect way to blend those two together. If you don't cook on cast iron, I really suggest that you start looking into getting some cast iron pans. They're not as hard to take care of as you might think, and they produce absolutely amazing food, especially steaks. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I'll see you on the next video.